So much has happened the past few weeks that were bullish for crypto, but the biggest two are Trump becoming president and the US adding Bitcoin to their national reserves. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what made Bitcoin pump, where it can go next, and what my personal exit strategy is during these markets. Also, if you find a pack of Wrigley Spearmint in this video, then be sure to comment on the timestamp to be eligible for my giveaway this month, which is a free Tangem Hawa wallet. So let's start with why Bitcoin is pumping right now. President Trump got re-elected again, and this sent Bitcoin flying. But it merely acted as a catalyst because the deeper meaning means that the US government will probably become more crypto-friendly. With in particular the Bitcoin Act. Now, under the proposal, Bitcoin would be established as a strategic reserve asset and the government could buy up to 5% of the cryptocurrency's total supply. And this will give Bitcoin a similar reserve status as gold, and passing this legislation will lead up to significant interest in Bitcoin by institutions and governments. Now, US Senator Cynthia Lummis introduced legislation earlier this year calling for the establishment of a strategic Bitcoin reserve to reduce the country's national debt by buying 1 million BTC over 5 years. The bill, entitled Boosting Innovation, Technology and Competitiveness Through Optimized Investment Nationwide Act, so Bitcoin in short, was introduced to the Senate back in July. Trump has also been very skeptical about Gary Gensler, which is the chairman of the Security and Exchange Commissions. Now, the party that doesn't have a pro-crypto attitude at all and basically is in the clinch with a lot of crypto parties. The Trump administration is expected to appoint new SEC leaders, and the resignment of Gary Gensler has already been talked about in several news outlets. Now, Trump can't directly fire him, but a reshuffle is definitely possible. And all of these things together lead to the fear of missing out. And you can see that by looking at the Bitcoin price and the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, it's hitting around 78 at the time of this recording. And the Fear and Greed Index is a tool designed to gauge investor sentiment in financial markets, particularly in stocks and cryptocurrencies. By analyzing various indicators, it assesses whether the market is driven more by fear or by greed, which can influence asset prices. Now, excessive fear can lead to undervalued assets, while excessive greed may result in overvalued markets. The Fear and Greed Index quantifies these emotions on a scale from 0 to 100, and a lower score indicates a fearful market, potentially signaling buying opportunities, while a higher score suggests a greedy market, possibly indicating overvaluation. Now, similar indices have been developed for the cryptocurrency market, such as the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And this index analyzes factors like volatility, market volume, social media activity, and Bitcoin dominance to assess market sentiment. For instance, a high level of greed in the crypto market might indicate that assets are overbought, suggesting a potential market correction. So let's have a look at my exit strategy, right? It's the same strategy I've used during the previous cycle. So if you subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitter, you will never miss any of this info again. You'll also learn about these things much quicker because these videos actually take a long time to produce. Now, first, let's look at my portfolio in percentages. Bitcoin is by far the biggest asset, taking up 37% of my entire portfolio, followed by Sol with 24% and Ethereum by 20%. Now, those three tokens will do the best in my opinion and basically carry my entire portfolio. I've been holding and adding some since the start of the last bull market, but I've also sold something on our way up. And after that, I hold CRO, which is 5% of my portfolio, and Fideum, which accounts for 3.3%. Now, you might know crypto.com, but I doubt you know Fideum. Fideum is a comprehensive financial management platform that integrates centralized finance, decentralized finance, and neobanking services into a single user-friendly interface. Now, established in 2018, Fideum aims to bridge the gap between traditional finance and digital assets, offering users a seamless experience in managing both fiat and cryptocurrencies. Now, I've been holding this token forever and rode it all the way up and all the way down. In fact, I held it when it was still Blockbank and actually gained profits when it changed to Fideum. I did a dedicated video on them, which I'll link down below. Now, after that, I hold Cardano. Now, Alex Becker will probably claim I'm a wifeless, fat old man that's bald and way past his prime, but it's one of the tokens I got in so early that it kind of doesn't matter what happens to it. That's why I still hold it, and it's 1.8% of my portfolio. And then we have Myria, who faced backlash this week when they got delisted from OKX. Now the price dropped tremendously, but rather than selling, I decided to hold because I do believe this is still a great project in the GameFi space. It will be one of those projects that really start to run once the bull market goes into full frenzy. And then we have Near. Now, I actually added this to my bags when a relative told me about it. It's also 1.6% of my portfolio. And then the final project worth mentioning specifically is Alephium, which accounts for 1.4%. And that's a layer 1 blockchain platform that enhances Bitcoin's foundational technologies to deliver improved scalability, security, and energy efficiency. By integrating sharding with the unspent transaction output model and introducing a novel consensus mechanism, Alephium aims to support decentralized applications and decentralized finance solutions effectively. Now, I've made dedicated videos on Alephium and more will come in the following weeks, so be sure to subscribe so you get notified when I do. Now, I also hold 10% of my portfolio in stablecoins to buy dips, meme tokens, or other projects I like to gamble on. However, I pull out my initial after a 2x and then let the rest sit as a moonbag, which basically means that if that project will fly, I'll at least benefit something from it rather than nothing anymore. Now, other tokens in my portfolio are Shiba Inu, BNB, Mover, Cake, ICP, Track, Cell, Doge, Straval, and Medic. And the holdings are just not significant, and most of them, with the exception of Shiba Inu, are from the previous run, which I held ever since, and I'm kind of waiting for them to break even so I can scale them down. Which brings me to my exit plan. Now, this bull run, people are rapping about Bitcoin hitting between $150,000 and $300,000, which could happen, but one thing I've learned from the previous cycle is that it's better to have 50% of the profits you could have made than a 50% loss of the paper value you had. For that reason, I'm scaling out 10% of my portfolio every 10,000 increase in Bitcoin. And the reason for that is simple. Bitcoin is the leading token, and the money made there usually flows into the altcoins before the market goes into a bear market again. And I'm already positioned in both BTC and altcoins. So to prevent losing out on too much potential gains, I will scale down 10% of my entire portfolio and not so much of one token in general. I will, however, keep into consideration the percentage a token has in my portfolio and the future I see for that project. For some tokens, I'd just like to break even and just run them off, and from others, I will just take up straight profits. This all starts right now that Bitcoin has hit $80,000. Now my next goal will be 90,000, 100,000 and so on, which means that I will be completely out of the market when Bitcoin hits $180,000. But there is a catch, however, because nobody knows what will happen. If Trump, for whatever reason, won't live till his inauguration and during his entire presidency, then this could mean a tremendous blow to crypto. If North Korea and Russia will go to war with NATO, then that could be a serious game changer as well. So that means my plan might not be fully executed, which is alright, because right now, even though I said I'm going to take out 10% profits from my entire portfolio, I already have cashed out 75% of my initial investment, which means that when Bitcoin hits $100,000, I will practically only sit with my profits. Anything that happens from there on is going to be fine. Now, before we go to the rest of this video, I need you to keep in mind that I'm not a registered financial advisor. My videos are meant to be educational and entertaining only. Always do your own research and only invest money you're willing to lose, because even though you can gain a lot in crypto, you will most likely lose it all. Now, if you do gain a lot, be sure to get a hot wallet like Tangem, which I'll link down below for you as well. Now let's also take a quick moment to promote my cryptocurrency course to you. Welcome to Crypto with Rico presents the Ultimate Crypto Course, a course designed to take you from crypto curious to crypto confident. Whether you're just beginning to dip your toes into the world of Bitcoin or looking to dive deep into decentralized finance, NFTs and the metaverse, you've come to the right place. Here, you'll get the knowledge you need to understand how cryptocurrency works, how to secure your assets, and most importantly, how to build a solid portfolio that positions you for long-term success in this rapidly evolving space. Get the course now while you still can by clicking the link in the description, and let's get cracking. One thing I wanted to address in this video as well is the fact that you should write down the percentage you're comfortable with, like in profits, but also the price goals you have for specific tokens. Then go to your desired exchange and fill in your limit and stop loss orders. That prevents you from taking emotional actions during the euphoria or fear stage in crypto. And this will allow you to just sit back and have your plan be executed automatically. Get your buy and sell levels and stick to them. That way you don't get thrown off guard by the noise surrounding you, and you can cut out that noise because it won't affect you. Now, I realize that there probably always will be more gains to be had, but also the possibility of more losses. Don't look at what you could have had, but look at what you have. It's like your relationship. You can focus on that hot girl next door, but you should look at the woman at your side. And if you can choose between half an egg or an empty shell, you should always go for that half an egg. Better to have one bird in your hand than 10 in the sky. You get where I'm going with this, right? My biggest mistake during the previous cycle was thinking that it could go much higher. That since we're up 200%, it will probably go up another 200% because of the momentum. I completely lost all reasoning and went into an emotional state. Me and my buddies gambled away the amounts equivalent to Teslas, only to end up with a Lada in the end. Now let me tell you, it's not worth it. Don't look at the number that resembles life-changing money to your neighbor, but decide what life-changing money to you is. It might be paying off your mortgage, it might be going on that holiday trip you always wanted, or it might be that new car you need to go to your work safely. The amount of people actually making it in crypto and ending up with multiple millions is most likely not you or me. Remember that, and don't stare yourself blindly on others. So in conclusion, every $10,000 Bitcoin rises from 80,000 and above, I will take out 10% of my entire portfolio. The whole point of this plan is not to be stuck in the same situation as during the last bull run, where I held all the way up, but all the way down as well. Make sure you have your limit and stop loss order set so the market doesn't surprise you overnight, because things can be over in a flash and you could lose thousands of dollars. Let us know your exit strategy and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Doei!